And it says we are live. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Morning, good morning.
Can you hear us okay? Let me check YouTube and make sure that I have turned off my volume. So I'm just going to wait a second. And that seems to be fine.
Good
I
morning,
have,
Denise and Giovanna.
yes, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Annette. I'm glad you were able to get some rest the last couple of days. Katie, Giovanna, I hope you're feeling better this morning and you were able to get some rest. Good morning, Melissa. How are you?
Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, Annette. Good morning, Christine.
I'm hoping that in the next couple of weeks, next 2 weeks or so, that I'll be able to move over to Streamlabs because I'm a copycat and I have to be doing the same thing my sisters are doing. So, but that takes
Good
time and
morning,
energy.
Melissa.
Oh,
Good
yeah, that
morning,
takes.
Melissa. I forgot her.
Oh, good morning, Melissa. Good morning, everybody. Well, we missed you too. I missed seeing you in the chats. But yeah,
Yeah.
I have to, I am going to switch to Streamlabs because it's less expensive than what I'm paying for now. Yes, Katie, I suffer from FOMO. I got to be on the same page with them. I got to be doing exactly the same thing. That way, when I need help with something, I'm not in Never Neverland. Like, what? What?
I know. Well, that was part of the reason that I went to Talk Studio.
Good morning, Nikki.
And that's before I started doing lives. Listen to me. Before I started doing lives, I've only done what, two?
But you're doing well. You're doing well.
Yeah,
So
I was able to get us on last time, but it took me a couple tries, but I got us on without Mona's help.
yeah, we played a little Marco Polo, but that was
Yeah.
okay. Whoops. So I did
Good
have a few
morning,
things.
Lori. Good morning, Nikki.
Uh,
I don't know if you heard me,
Good
but good
morning, Lauren.
morning, Joyce.
I wanted to show this, and I haven't been on a live for a while. And I did not want to do a video just for this. But you know, our friend Donnell, she does, I guess it's every first, is it the
Very
first
first
Saturday?
Saturday,
She has
yes.
her sale. And Zaza purchased these for me. I've already used one. I have one on my key ring. And so I wanted to tell Zaza thank you. I really appreciate it. And it's really comfortable. I have this big clamp on mine. So if you're interested, Donnell, I believe, does have a store and she'll be doing her live shortly or, her sale in a couple weeks. And then I've got this beautiful, beautiful bundle that it's all solids, but I have something in mind for it. I'm actually working on a project for 2025. So I'm going to be utilizing that. And I think there's a yard of fabric, and those kits I sent you and Mona.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to switch out one of the lighter colors and not go with that dark pink that they had in it.
Oh, okay.
Um, for our challenge that is to be coming, that we haven't decided how we're going to do it.
Okay. I got it here someplace.
Yeah.
I set it to the side, so well, I'll have to find it. I did have it right here, but
I started saying, Giovanna, I started saying 2025 back in October because my job requires I have to plan that far in advance. So it's not going to be hard for me to convert.
I'll have to find it again. I put it someplace and
Yeah, I have mine right here. I'll grab it.
well, my room's not that big. I can't lose something like that, you know?
I don't know. You still never found your walking foot. Not like it matters right now.
Well, I haven't looked really hard either.
Yes. So on one of our not quite right lives, once Mona gets settled and we're kind of settled into her sew along for Millie's dresses, we're going to be doing a challenge with these. We just haven't decided. And look, my Starburst is still in there. I have
my thread.
My Starburst is still in here.
I've got like only 5 pieces of the Starburst left.
Y'all probably need to do the challenge with us too. You just need 2, what do you call them, 5-inch stackers? 2 5-inch stackers, a yard of fabric, and this one happens to have Aurifil thread in Starburst and patterns, but I'm not going to be making the pattern. This is the friendship kit from Soya that they sell, and it's packed like this, and you can purchase it and then send it to a friend, share it with a friend, do the thing. That's pretty.
Oh, Giovanna was asking about it. This is one of the things that was in the ad from Missouri Star. I got 2 of them.
Did it come with 2?
Yeah. Yepper, 2 of them.
Don't you hate that when it's just right there in front of you and it just kind of disappears into nothing, Katie? It's like it's right there.
I found it.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to do the patterns that came with it. I may just do my own thing and here, let me make you bigger. Where's your Starburst?
I put it in my candy tin. I haven't opened this, but there's 2 charm packs, and then there's the red, and it came with well, let me turn it so the sticker's not in your way, with thread. I couldn't even think of the word thread.
It came with that stringy stuff.
And then it's got 2 patterns with it.
The red is the background, but I'm going to switch my background. But that's what...
I have never done a quilt with red as the background.
I have made a child's quilt with a really, not red, but with this, with a red background.
See, I knew I had it here someplace. It couldn't have gotten very far. And
good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Jess.
So yeah, that's
Jess gave me a compliment last night. She liked my hair.
yes. I like your
She
hair
told
too.
me on Williams.
Oh, I didn't get a chance. They y'all come on too late. I'm going to bed.
He was on earlier last night, wasn't he, Jess? Because I don't normally get on there with him, and
Well, he
I think he came on at 9 o'clock my time last night.
oh, did he? Yeah, well, what time did I tell y'all that I was going to bed? I said, okay, done,
Eight
going to
o'clock my
bed.
time. 8 o'clock my time. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it was,
Melissa, I was surprised when I opened it up and saw it was a little friend package. Oh, there's my Starburst, and there's only 3 left.
I have not even opened mine up, I told you. So I'm
Honey
just going
Honey took one of mine. Because when I opened it, I dropped it, of course, and she was right there. Little Miss Hoover. You can take me off of big.
oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lori, I was looking at the star pattern myself.
Morning, Zaza. I mentioned you just a little bit ago.
Good morning, Miss Zaza. Good morning, Joydy. All right, she made it.
Morning, Jordy.
Joydy, have you been asleep yet, or are you still up from last night?
And as you all heard, Deb's sewing machine went kaput. So she's kind of hosing my life.
Oh, yeah, I cried Thursday.
I would have too.
It
Well,
broke on Wednesday,
I
and
would
then
have done.
I tried troubleshooting it. I mean, I even got the manual out and I was going through it. And then I told my husband about it. And so he came in and he took it all apart and we looked all inside of it. And we did,
Yeah.
we did find where there was some thread stuck on the bobbin winder. So we took that off. But that didn't help none.
Joydy, you're still awake?
Yeah, she stays up all night, little stinker.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I have to go to bed and at least get my 4 hours in. Because I'm a bee if I don't get some sleep.
Yeah. Denise, what video are you talking about?
Um yeah, what
I don't know what video she's talking about. If I
oh
know, I can put the link in.
Zaza, I was sharing this morning your little gifts. I love the polka dots. It's on my keychain already. I didn't get a chance to share it on Mona's live yesterday because Mona was drunk. Mona wasn't no. I didn't get a chance to share it because I really forgot. It was sitting here and I was trying to work on things, but I really appreciate it. It's so cute. And I love the polka dots. Donnell did a great job.
I didn't. I didn't. I was just quilting on that dinosaur quilt. That is just going to kill me, that dinosaur quilt. But I was quilting on that, and I'm going along, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, what the heck? So I thought it was out of bobbin, because it has made sort of that noise when the bobbin would run out. So I checked the bobbin first, so I'm like, well, that ain't it. I still have half a bobbin. And I went to touch the flywheel, and it wouldn't move. So I took the quilt out from under the needle, and I clipped my thread, and I pulled that through. I took the bobbin out. I re-put the bobbin in. I re-threaded and everything. I shut it off, turned it on. I unplugged it, plugged it back in. I did everything. Got the owner's manual out, and
good morning, Joe. Went
through all of that stuff too. So I hadn't cried at that point yet.
No, she thought it was just something little, and then she said a few curse words.
Yeah. But no, I didn't record that.
No. Because she probably did some ugly crying.
Oh, man.
The snot-filled crying.
Well, I have my old machine. I do have a machine over there. Come on. I don't know which way to turn this.
Joe, I am making
it. But I do have my original sewing machine over there, and that's what I'm using. And I'm still trying to finish up that dinosaur. I only have like 6 more inches to finish quilting.
Is that the last? All the way down. Is that the last one?
No.
Oh.
It's the second one.
Well, so, Christmas is just a couple days away.
Third one probably ain't going to get done.
Hi, Lorianne. I just sewed
Lori.
I sewed my pieces on backwards.
Good morning, Joe. I'm a little behind on the on the chat.
Oh, are you not able to see it? The comments as they come in?
Oh, yeah. I signed into that part.
You don't want to see Deb? You don't want to see Deb ugly crying?
No, you don't want to see me ugly cry.
Did you know that
even after I was done crying, the tears didn't stop.
Did you know that when you sew fabric, you're supposed to sew them right sides together? Just Good morning, Dawn.
Joydy says, Deb, you know William? He got a machine with the same thing happening and got it working. Talk to him. Well, we did take it in. This happened on Wednesday afternoon. And like I said, my husband came in. He took it all apart. We looked at all over. I thought maybe there was a belt that broke in it. You know, the belt that runs the flywheel. But we opened it all up. There was nothing else clogging it. There was no broken belts, no nothing like that. And we could not get it to work. So on Thursday, we took it to the sewing center, which is just down the street from me, and I didn't even know it was there. So we took it in there. I had been emailing back and forth with them on Wednesday. And so he took it in on Thursday, and him and the guy talked about it, and he told the guy what all we did. And the guy looks at it and he says, this is a discontinued model. So that was number one thing. It was discontinued. And he says, it's one of 2 parts or both parts. He says, and if you have to replace both parts, just them alone cost more than the machine is worth. And I'm like, okay. And he says, but that doesn't include the $100 an hour labor. And he says, and it's going to be at least an hour, maybe more. And I'm like, oh, that's way more than what I paid for the machine. So I'm on my backup machine. Plus, I have my mother-in-law's machine in my basement. And after I get these two quilts done, because I have the other one in the kitchen, I have to trim off the side so I can do the binding on it. That's all that's left on that one. And then, well, I thought about William, though, because, you know, he's got all those gazillion machines. I thought of just buying one off of him. So, yeah, and this machine that I'm using, my husband bought this for me in the Christmas of 2001. So I've had this machine for 23 years.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, and then she's got some smart butt friends that give her advice like, did you try turning it off and on again?
Yeah. And the whole thing, the whole time too, of the back and forth, that was on, it started out on Discord.
Yeah,
and everything you said, I'm like, I tried that. I tried that one 5 times.
Because I'm like finding articles and
yeah, she was putting articles at me, and I'm like, okay,
like she didn't try it.
I did, and I read them, and I tried it, and that didn't work. And then it even continued on to where Mona and I were talking through text messages.
Mm-hmm. Because Mona knows a lot more about sewing machines. She plays with them a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
And she's used
this machine that broke. It's a computerized machine. And I either bought it from Walmart or Amazon. I don't know which one. But I bought it probably 3 years ago, maybe 4. But I've only been sewing with it for the last year and a half. I took it out of the box and I put it on my kitchen table and I just sat there and looked at it. It really intimidated me being computerized. So that's why it took me a longer time to even start using it.
But I think for the most part, we all start off with pretty much a box store.
Yeah.
And some of them are really good for what you use it, but you have been really utilizing it. You've progressed so much in your quilting skills and learning new things that it just could not keep up with you anymore, Deb. It just said, no, you outgrew me.
When my husband was taking it apart, he was looking at the
good morning, Rob.
The side of it that shows all the different stitches. Mm-hmm. And he's looking at it, he goes, do you use any of these? And I said, yeah, I do. I said, he said, what do you use them for? And I said, well, for applique and stuff and pretty stitching. And he's like, oh, I didn't even know you used those. I said, yeah.
I use a lot of my stitches on mine too. I don't think I would just want one that just straight stitched. Only because I do a lot of things with my other stitches. But that's not to say that if I ever won a Juki, I would say thank you very much.
Yes, I would too. Good morning, Rob. I missed you coming in. Good morning, Lori Ann. I guess I missed her too. I was busy telling my story.
Jess says she wants a single stitch machine eventually. HD9.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, but I still want one that will do like the blanket
everything
stitch
else.
for me. Yeah, I still want one that does that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't afford both. Heck, I can't afford the one that I want.
Oh, so yeah, has great deals on. They said last night that they had. Well, you don't shop at So yeah, so they did you wrong. But they just had a retreat, and when they have a retreat, their sewing machines aren't then used, so they have.
Yeah.
They said that they still have good prices on their retreat machines
Mm.
that were brand new when they started out.
Oh, Melissa.
What?
Oh, that's just as bad as my machine breaking.
Oh no, no,
Coffee
no.
pot went out.
Yeah, I'd be running someplace and getting me now that I would have to replace like right away. I would go to
Yeah.
the dollar
Oh,
dollar
yeah.
dollar store and get me a
But now
coffee.
my coffee machines are like my sewing machines. I have spares.
I don't.
Because when we buy a new one, we have to keep the old one in case something happens to the new one. Because the old one isn't broke or nothing. It's just we wanted a different model.
Oh no, I have a bun. So
Well,
the
that's what we have now.
I have and they're kind of expensive. So when they go, they go. They start leaking all over the
We
place.
always had Hamilton Beach before because
Mhm.
I have a hard time picking up the coffee pot to pour it. I
Mhm.
don't have the strength in my hands. But um so we got the one where all I had to do was push my coffee pot up and the coffee come down.
Mhm.
We went through quite a few of those. And that's all because all I could do was pick up a coffee cup. Well, I have done exercises with my hands and stuff to get them stronger. So now I can pick up a coffee pot.
That's
So,
good.
so he bought a bun because that's what we've been wanting to get, but we didn't because of me. Oh, Zaza has spare coffee machines too. Yes,
I
and I have a kettle. And somewhere I have one of my mom's percolators. So if I had to, I could go back to that.
I have a lot. I have a lot of
Cry
spare.
over the machine that died.
Joe says she can't have more than one machine and a serger. Um, I have a lot of crafts because my I have the restaurant style bun, so you know how it makes coffee in less than a minute. I mean, I can't wait for my coffee to percolate to
Hi,
make.
moldy lasagna. I didn't even see you come in.
Hello.
I don't know his first name. I think it is Sean, but I'm not sure. I think his name is Sean. Tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Hey, I normally don't sew on Sunday mornings, but I'm working on some things because my daughter let me know yesterday that they will be coming here. Hi, Jean. That they will be coming in tomorrow for Christmas Eve. So we're doing Christmas on Christmas Eve.
Oh, Christine, that's a great idea. Indian food for for Christmas.
What?
Indian food. Hey, I was right. His name is Sean.
Hi, Sean.
I thought I remember seeing your name someplace. I don't remember where. I couldn't tell you. Probably Sean, the guy who sews. I know I've seen you on there, and that's probably where I saw what your name was. Indian food. I like Indian food.
I do too.
I like spice, let me tell you.
I like the fact that they're a lot like Americans, where as far as they don't mind eating nothing but carbs on one meal, they will mix their carbs. I mean, they will have a potato and a potato.
Yeah.
You know, something with potatoes in it.
Good morning, Jean. My hands are doing really good, Zaza. Looky, I can do this now. This is the hand that I could not straighten for the longest time. But see, woo! And you can see that this finger still doesn't stretch all the way. It still has a bend in it. But I have my fingers back. Thanks to Zaza.
Yes, she did. She gave you some good exercise tips. And I'm looking at Modi Lasagna, Sean's. I was looking at Sean's thing where he said he has not been able to sew because he worked so hard. I get you. I get you about working hard so other people can have the time off. And he said he gets the next 4 days off. I actually have to work Monday. I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday, and I have to work Thursday and Friday. That's the only thing about Christmas being in the middle of the week. You know what we're having? We're having sandwiches. No, I don't know what we're having. Oh, that sounds so good.
Giovanna's having lasagna for Christmas.
Modi lasagna is having 30 pounds.
Bye, Lorianne.
Bye, Lorianne. But somebody's having Cumberland sausage and bangers for breakfast. One of the things I missed from when I lived in Bermuda was they used to make the best bangers and mash. There was a restaurant called the White Horse, and they made the best fish and chips and bangers and mash. Loved it.
Christine, I'm probably going to eat my dessert first this year because I can.
And hi, Shelly Sows. She only gets Christmas Day off. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have Christmas Eve off, but the hospital that I work for, the agency that I work for, they're closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So that's why I'm off.
Oh, Sean is making 30 pounds of Cumberland sausages and bangers for breakfast at his daughter's house Christmas Day.
Quilting and food are our favorite topics. It's mine.
Yes.
It's mine.
Good morning, Kelly.
Come the new year, I'll be talking about the lack thereof. No sugar.
Prime rib is Christmas Eve at my daughter's house. She is a chef, and we have 80 people coming throughout the day.
Wow. That's a lot. And yes, Zaza, when I loved the British food, I lived in Bermuda for almost 6 years, and I loved that British colony. And people would ask me if I would go back, what I would do if I had a choice to go back to Hawaii or Bermuda, and I would go back to Bermuda.
Jean, I knew it was on the other Sean's live is where I saw him, and I was doing the same thing. I couldn't figure out why he was saying hi to himself. Well, I used to do Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners at my house for my in-laws and my folks and my family. I had 3 kids, so there was 5 of us, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus I had my aunt on my side and his aunt on his side. So we had a bunch in my little house. And we did all the cooking. They didn't bring anything. So we had a bunch too back in the old days. And now it's just my husband and I. My kids don't come over for Christmas on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. We don't see them.
It's kind of hard. They say when you have a son that you lose the son to the wife's family. And
Well,
then anymore, they just kids today, they just have their own traditions. It's not like I don't know. My daughter works, so we just kind of do it.
yeah.
Rob, I don't know why we always chat about food, but as you can tell, plumpness likes food.
I haven't found too much that I wouldn't eat. I have to tell you that this past week sometime was the first time I'd ever had pecan pie.
Isn't that sweet?
I've never ever had it before. Well, it wasn't sweet to the point where I thought my diabetes numbers were going to go through the sky. Actually, my numbers came down with it.
Oh, pecan pie. That to me, it's just got nothing but sugar in it. That's the nuts. I think are the only thing healthy in it.
I had such a small piece of it though.
Uh-huh.
But my blood sugar levels came down with it. I was surprised.
Well, but
Christine's going out for Italian seafood on Christmas Eve. I've never heard of Italian seafood.
well, Christmas Eve we are having pizza with the kids coming over, and let me tell you, we have not replaced my
Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Ginger. We have not replaced our oven and my stove yet because
Good morning, Ginger.
we're just kind of waiting.
Ginger says, a son is your son until he takes a wife. Your daughter is your daughter for the rest of your life.
Yes, that's what I was. Thank you. Except my daughter lives a couple of hours away, and you would never think that, well, her job, I don't know.
Oh, Sean's tradition is that everyone always got a Christmas present on Christmas Eve. It was always PJs, and then we put them on and lounged around playing games till midnight. Oh, good God. Even back then, I couldn't stay up till midnight when the kids were little. No. I couldn't do it because I worked full time too.
Are y'all planning? Are y'all planning on staying up with Katie and stuff during Thanksgiving? I mean New Year's Eve?
I might pop in for a minute, but that's about it.
I'm gonna have to take multiple naps.
Zaza says her children are marrying orphans, so she's the main granny.
I'm not the main granny. I'm the one that pays for a lot of their stuff, but I'm not the main granny. They live really close to their other grandma. The other grandma's like 5 minutes away.
Jess says that when she's home, her mom does Chinese food for Christmas dinner. No cooking.
We don't cook on Christmas Day. My husband generally makes homemade cinnamon rolls, and I'm not going to get them this year because you can't cook. I've got one of those convectional air fryer or whatever ovens, and that's a piece of crap. It won't even bake a cake in it.
Oh, Zaza says that her mom used to wake them up after midnight to open their presents. She said it was the only way she got any sleep.
Oh.
Katie says she's going to a New Year's Eve party at the dance studio, so won't be on any lives. Sean says, I am ham radio operator and I participate in the tracking of Santa every year. A lot of hams get on the HF bands and report him as they see him go over the heads for kids.
I saw that Ryan Hall is going to be. Hi, Jessica. I
Good
saw
morning, Sharon. Good morning, Jessica. Sharon says, I'm glad I have all daughters then. The one with the grandbaby lives 7 time zones away, though.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Jessica says she's not awake yet.
Sometimes, y'all, if you get a chance, if you haven't seen it, Leanna from the Pastry Queen Farm Adventures, she showed Jessica's fidget quilt on one of her videos.
Yeah.
That is the most adorable thing.
I thought her fidget quilt was great, and so was your fidget pillow.
I haven't sent mine. It's still here.
Yeah, my kids love the NORAD tracks for Santa.
Yeah, but I saw that Ryan Hall was tracking Santa. He was going to do it on one of his channels, and that he actually did a test to make sure that Santa was good to go.
Sean said he saw that Jessica's screen name for YouTube as Sewing in the Buff. Oh, that's good.
Oh, and if you're looking for last minute ideas on something crafty because you have some last minute guests coming in, Joe has some cute little ornaments and crafty little things that do not take any time at all. Anytime.
Joydy says Katie and Donna are having New Year's Eve lives. She's not sure, though, of the times, but she'll be going back and forth. She has nothing else to do.
So Katie starts at 5. Katie's going 5 to 5. She's going 12 hours. Donna, I think, is just going out to after the new year, but I'm not sure. And then Sean has his premiere at 6:00, but that should only be about 2 hours.
Melissa says she read Jessica's name the same way.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Katie's is 12 hours.
I was waiting to respond to Katie I was waiting for my daughter to tell me what the plans were, but I was waiting for my daughter to let me know. So I will probably join Katie like at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning on New Year's Eve.
Joyce
You know,
says, Lisa, you should show us how to make what you're working on. Sean says he did most of his shopping with Alma.
with who?
Alma. Santa. Oh, Amazon. Santa.
Oh,
Everything has arrived, so he's happy. Yeah, I'm glad. It was so much easier buying for the kids when they were little. My kids did not expect the expensive presents, so they knew not to ask for anything out in there.
oh, that's
Plus everything they asked for was easy to find.
a Joy T. I could not spend 12 hours on a live.
Mm-mm.
Could not do it. So
No, I have to move around from people to people. I do the same thing when I watch other lives. If they're more than 2 hours, I'm switching up after that. Some I can't last even 10 minutes, so.
that's honest. That's probably what they're thinking here. What the crap is this?
Joe says she ordered fabric from Joann's on 12/10 and got nothing yet.
Oh, we're not even going to talk about Joann's. They made me so mad. I'm still waiting for 8 yards of fabric. I don't think I'm ever going to get it. I think they just decided, okay, that was it. It's done. Why do these snaps come in snap together?
Joyce is asking if Laura Lynn's going to do a New Year's Eve live. I don't know. Joe, yeah, that does suck. And let me tell you, I order from Joann's quite a bit. And I don't go to the store, I order it online. I have not had a problem with Joann's whatsoever, except with the red dot Swiss. I don't know what it is about the red dot Swiss. It's supposed to be on a bolt, because I bought a bolt and I got 4 yards and then it was cut and then I got another 4 yards. That's the only time that they have messed with me. But it took me a while to get that too. But it came from a different place than all the others come from. I got multicolored dots and I got black Swiss dots and I got red Swiss dots. And they all came from different places around.
Hi, Janice. How are you?
And it was the red dot Swiss that Mona had trouble getting and that you had trouble getting.
Hi, so Sharon. Did I say hi, Sharon? Well, you know mine, it came in bits and pieces, and then I ordered 10 yards of a specific fabric that I wanted. I got 2 yards in. Thankfully, they only charged me for the 2 yards, but I got 2 yards in. Do not know. I have no clue where the other 8 yards are. I don't think I'm going to get it.
Good morning, Janice. Oh, Denise, I'm glad I wasn't with you for them other 4 days. She says she hasn't had coffee in 4 days.
Oh, no.
And she says it's a really good thing. I'm glad I was not with you them other days because I
Good
know
morning,
how I get
Jamie.
without coffee. Coffee, coffee.
I need coffee. I
Joydy
need.
says, I know what you mean about diddy bopping around the channels.
Well, sometimes a lot of people overlap. I know that we kind of overlap on Saturday nights with Katie.
Yeah. But we're still done in time. I went to Katie's after we were done.
I did too. I went over to see her. I try to support almost everybody. There's some people, some of
Yeah.
y'all, I just can't. Just can't do it.
Sharon, I'll be there in as soon as we're done with the live. So save your breakfast for me. She's been working on dough for breakfast.
I'm not looking forward to wrapping presents. How is it that we can sew and I just cannot stand wrapping a present?
Good morning, Miss Jamie. My Jamie's here. I get so excited seeing Jamie.
Thanks, Brenda. This is one of my favorite shirts. I notice I don't have an apron on today.
Yeah, I noticed that right away.
I was crawling around on the floor. I told you I was crawling on the floor. I had a bad morning, but I had to hook up the game system in this room the for my grandson when he comes because he does not like to play with his brother and sister. He has to be special and they're too slow. They can't play right. You love wrapping I do not like wrapping presents. Never have.
I like wrapping presents as long as they're squares or rectangles. I do not like wrapping anything that has a round piece on it,
Mm-hmm.
especially a round piece and then a long piece. No,
Mm-hmm.
don't like them at all. But you give me something square, I could just wrap presents all day long with that.
Yeah, I've never liked I am a gift bag kind of person, but I didn't buy any gift bags because I have wrapping paper from last year and I'm going to use all that wrapping paper. And then there are some items that I purchased that cannot even go in the thing. It's just going to get a.
Sean says, we call my son in law the great rapper. Everyone brings tape and paper, and we say, okay, Chris, get to it.
I'm a terrible rapper. My husband is really good at wrapping things, and he gets really mad at me and he'll say, look at that, because I have pieces the underside of the wrapping paper sticking out. And I'm like, the kids don't care. The kids don't care. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for
I
this.
learned with my kids, if it didn't fit, I cut another piece off and just tape it over the spot
Yeah.
that didn't get covered, and then I wrap it.
I remember one time I bought dollar store wrapping paper, and it's really, really thin. And I think I used the whole roll to wrap one box because every time I went to tighten it up on the side, the box would rip through the paper.
Oh, Sharon says she wraps presents out, but she wraps presents in boxes, but her husband will make something look like it's completely different shape just to disguise it.
I have 3 big boxes that I think somebody from in here may have said something about it, but I have 3 big boxes, and I am going to Saran wrap money for the grandkids and put it in a big box, and I've got the extra, the bubble wrap and everything else, just so they think that so there's a big box underneath the tree. Wrap everything. Anybody can wrap stuff in fabric if they're giving it to me. I don't, them kids, they would ruin my fabric. But I did think about, I have some fabric, some yardage here. I thought about making some grocery bags and putting it in there because they can always use it. My special present were my kids this year in a family cookbook. That is so nice.
I will show you my new apron. I got an apron from my sister-in-law.
Oh, that's a good idea, Jessica.
My brother brought it over to me. Friday, I think he brought it over. Yeah, Friday. But she made me a reversible apron. And you will be jealous when you see it.
Well, I'm kind of jealous because I saw it. Your sister-in-law was supposed to make it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, let me make you bigger because everybody needs to see it. It's really, really cute.
I was going to show you the back. Okay, this is one side. She knows me so well.
Yeah, and you can't really see the embroidery in it.
Well, here it is. Well, that's this side. It says miscellaneous there. Down the middle, it says scissors. Over here, it says dog treats. Big old pocket for the dog treats. And it's reversible. So let me show you the other side. This is the back of the other side. It's all that. And then this side has the pockets too, but the scissors is a little different. Dog treats, big old pocket for dog treats on that side too. And then this one you can see the very middle of it. Oh, I guess I need to mirror.
Bye, Annette. Take care of yourself. No, it comes out fine. I can read it.
You can read it upside down and backwards?
It's not backwards.
It's not backwards, okay.
It's not backwards for me. I see it fine.
Okay. And that's on the other side too, but you can't see it that well. So let me flip it to the other side again. On this side, she did it in red. That's why you can't see it that well.
It's cute. It really is cute.
And I said, oh my God, she got my YouTube name on it. So
I'm so jealous.
And then this just flips over your head. It flips over your head, and then it ties down here on the sides.
It's so cute.
And on this side here, it says, life is a stitch and crazy sewing lady. Welcome to my sewing room. So much fun. So it's pretty cool. I love it.
I love it too.
And I didn't put it on today because I was going to surprise you all and show it.
I didn't even put mine on, so.
But I love it.
Everybody loves it too.
Love it, love it. Yeah, my sister-in-law does excellent work. I just wasn't expecting anything from her. She has some kind of pattern, but when I go over, I'm taking my broken machine over to my sister-in-law because she knows a guy that can fix it. See, when I took it to the sewing center, the guy said it was fixable, but he wouldn't do it because he didn't want me to get mad at him if it broke again. Because he said it will break again. Just don't know how soon it will break again, but right now I can only afford to fix my machine. So I have to take my machine over to my sister-in-law's house. And when I do, I'm going to thank her again for this apron. And I'm going to ask her if she's got the pattern for it. So Joyce, I may end up with a pattern for it. I'm not sure yet. I don't know for sure what day I'm going over there. Oh, somebody was talking about a cookbook idea.
Oh, that's a good idea. You know, Sean, it used to be that when I lived in Hawaii, well, back in the day, because I don't think it was just a Hawaiian thing, we anytime somebody gave you something in a dish, you always returned
Oh, I
something in
missed
the
Annette
dish.
leaving. Goodbye, Annette.
Yeah, I said goodbye. She said she was getting tired. Yep, Genome does, except that the one I want is not low cost. It's not. I don't think it's as expensive as the one Rob keeps talking about. The brother that Rob keeps talking about, but yeah, the Genome I want is a little costly. I think I would have to sell some body parts or something to afford it. Think I would need to sell some organs.
Well, Sean, I do the same thing if I happen to have one of my relatives' dishes. I make something else and put it in there, and when I take it back.
That was customary back in the day.
Yeah, uh-huh. And I only switch back between this sister-in-law.
Oh,
Her
look
and
at
I
Rob.
are her and I are more like actual sisters. I talk to her more than anybody else in my family, including my sister.
I don't talk to anybody in my family except my husband and my daughter. Um, Rob Rob said to use it as a doorstop.
Use it as a doorstop or a yard ornament and buy a new machine. I will, Joyce. If I get the pattern for it, I will. Sean says, where'd it go? I must have been way up here when I read it. When we gave money, they made an ornament on the tree and put money on the ornaments so they would never think to look there. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Interesting. How is it that I
Yeah,
used to
Jory, I've been looking at Genome too. I've been looking at Genome, Baby Lock. I glanced at Juki, and then I've been looking at other brothers.
now brother machines are really good. I think Teresa Louise sews on a brother. I don't know what machine she has, but Teresa Louise loves her brother, and I think now when I bought my Janome because it was on sale at Ken's Sewing Center. And I was a little iffy on it because, everybody was talking about Juki and everybody was talking about Baby Lock, but the Baby Lock price point was really high. And I didn't want to spend that much money because I didn't know if quilting was going to I like quilting, but at the time, I didn't know if I want to spend that much money on a
Good
sewing
morning,
machine
Rita.
and, with it being just a phase.
No, Sean, there's no pickle hidden in my tree.
Well, pickle.
Jessica's a big believer in buying from a dealer near you that can train and service. Yeah, my husband said that he'd probably have to take me in there so I can, because they had machines. He says that place was covered with machines already set up so that you could sew on it to see if you liked it first.
Well, my closest dealer
Mona's here. Mona's here. Good morning, Mona.
Mama.
Mona says she's not a fan of Baby Lock. I would rather have a brother. Zaza loves her Janome, but most machines are reasonable nowadays. Her Janome has 11.5-inch throat.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at one this morning that has a 12-inch throat. I don't remember what kind it was.
Well, mine is
Yeah, Teresa Louise has a brother. And it's a
my
straight
thing.
only.
I'm more concerned about the throat space because
I am now.
Because I free motion quilt. So I want the throat space more than anything else. But I want all the bells and whistles on it too.
Yes, I want the automatic needle threader and the automatic needle cutter or thread cutter.
That's the one thing I do like about the Juki and I don't know about Zaza's Janome, but I like the the idea of the thread cutter on the pedal, on the foot pedal, because mine is up top.
Joyce loves her Juki and Viking. Oh, if you didn't hear me before, good morning, Rita.
Yes, good morning, Rita. A lot of people like Juki, and I just want one that does a little bit more than a straight stitch. And plus, I don't always speed through my sewing, so I don't need something that goes 200 miles an hour.
Rita wants to know if you require a specific presser foot for your free motion quilting.
I use the I like the open one the best, the one that looks like a sea toe. Can you see that? It looks like a little sea toe. Can't tell, can't see. But I have several other feet. I have the ruler foot, and I have the foot that Mona likes that looks like a little target. I don't know what you call it. I do not like the one with the little target, but Mona likes that one. And it works. It works well. So
Katie Crass has an Elna. I think I have an Elna in the basement. I have my mother-in-law's machine, but when we picked it up in February because we had to clean out her apartment, I took her sewing machine and all the stuff related to the sewing machine, but it's in the basement. We never brought it upstairs because I had these other two. And this weekend, I was going to put this machine on my cutie frame. I was going to actually do a box opening, and then I was going to put this machine on it. Well, when that one busted, that didn't happen because I brought that machine in here so I could keep quilting on this thing. On the dinosaur quilt. This is going to be the death of me, this dinosaur quilt.
Okay, so read it. It says, so what is it called? Is I just quilt with my regular foot. If you don't have your feed dogs down and you're just using your regular foot or your walking foot, you're just standard quilting, I guess. I don't know. So you're just straight line. Yeah, you're just straight line quilting. So it's not technically free motion because your feed dogs are not done. So when I free motion quilt, it is actually with the feed dogs down.
Nikki has a Bernina.
Brenda refurbished, been a wonderful machine. I looked. Yeah, I want Zaza's Janome. She got more bells and whistles, and Mike has, I think, the same Janome that Zaza has.
Yeah.
But that's, Sean, my that is going to be something like that is going to be my replacement if anything ever happens to this one.
Sean uses an open toe darning foot for basic free motion, and he has ruler feet for his juki and for his long arm as well.
Yeah, I think I use a darning. I have a darning foot. The foot I use that I have on my finger list is what that is a standard darning foot. But the one I use is an open toe.
Zaza's has a stitch regulator for free motion quilting.
I didn't buy that feature. I didn't buy that. But I don't have a problem with my stitches on the back. So I don't have a problem with eyelashing. I did on another machine I had some eyelashing, but I think it was more operator error than it was the sewing machine because I was just learning how to free motion quilt at the time.
Joydy, I can show you the dreaded dinosaur quilt. I don't have it done yet.
But you will have it done.
I got like 6 inches to go all the way down. Oh, I guess it's stuck on the machine.
Okay, I'll have to use the other foot, which I do not like. It was like a round circle in the middle of it. What kind of sewing machine do you have, Rita? Wow. Oh, let me make you big. Cute. So cute. You're doing a good job on it.
And then I have Cuddle on the back.
Which is what killed your sewing machine.
I think it killed it because it's heavy.
And you didn't have your walking foot.
And I can't find my walking foot. So I did use gloves, and I had a hand here and a hand here to hold it up so it could feed through the machine.
I think it just happens, when you have some of the smaller machines. So for those of you that quilt like queen size, or if you free motion quilt queen size or king size, you can actually feel it tugging on your machine if it's not supported in the back end.
Yeah.
Because I have a table, I have my husky table that Zaza wants. I have 2 huskies, so I have a husky on the back side that supports a lot of that back weight. And then I use my little 2 tray and I stick it right here to help support some of the side weight when I'm doing a big quilt. But when I first started quilting, I didn't know better. I had one table, and it was that little white table. It was one table, and I really, really had a hard time with it. I think all that weight was really messing up my other sewing machine. And those are things that you learn as you go, not necessarily, No, my husky, I love my husky tables. And they're all wood and metal.
Good morning, Christy. Yes, you can quilt any size quilt on the cutie. You just have to move it a lot more. You set it up and you start in one corner and you move across. You scooch it across. And then you have to reposition everything again so you get the next section. And you just go across. Denise says everything about a Bernina is expensive.
Everything about a Janome is expensive too. The replacement parts, if you want the plate or extra feet or anything, it can get costly.
Oh, he had everything set up for the YouTube and his computer pooped out on the bed. And now he's on a borrowed system.
Yeah, I was looking at those flannel quilts at Walmart, or the flannel bag blankets. Does Molded Lasagna have a channel?
Who? Who?
If y'all have a channel, make sure you type in !Be kind and drop your link. I try to support
my friend Kelly Quilts and Cruises. She uses Linux.
I try to support everybody. Good morning. Who came in?
Joyce Hernandez.
Good morning, Joyce.
I haven't seen Joyce H around for a while. I think I saw her yesterday someplace, but I hadn't seen her for a few days before that.
Well, I'll have to remember. I'll go back and Sean, I'll go back and join, so that way when you do put something up, I will be able to see it and get a notification.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna look.
Because I'm not a professional. I just like to talk to people. Good morning, Tasha.
Tasha, Tasha. Tasha, Tasha, Tasha.
Tasha has such a cute channel, and she does wonderful curve quilting.
Yes.
And she had Sean on the other day. But now she's another person that likes to go on late for me. She goes on too late for me. I'm already in bed.
Oh, looky there. I'm already subscribed to Sean. Woo!
I'll have to remember to go back in and you see, I'm not in any kind of a rush because good morning, Rita's Bruce, the other Rita, or the original Rita. I'm not in any kind of rush this morning because Donna said she wasn't coming on this morning.
Oh, she's not?
No, she said, yeah, she wasn't coming on, that she'd be back Monday. So.
Oh, yeah, I do remember seeing that.
So.
I must have subscribed to Sean when he was on the other Sean's channel.
Okay.
The guy who sews. That must have been when I subscribed to him.
I thought you were going to go tomorrow. They'll be here tomorrow. Oh, okay.
Good morning, honey.
Yeah, whatever.
The love you two have for each other.
Oh, Sean has to go.
Bye, Sean. Enjoy your sausage.
He has to get started for the day of cooking and making sausage.
Yeah,
well,
enjoy.
Sean, I hope you come back again because it was fun talking to you.
Yes, and my email is in my overall description. If you ever need my address to send me some sausage in the mail.
I was gonna say I take care packages.
Oh. So.
Andrea says she's been trying to do a video, and each time something happens and it cuts out on her. So she's gonna give up on it until after Christmas. Mona's gonna be off all week.
Mm-hmm.
Is it this week or next week, Mona?
This week.
Okay.
She's going to spend. She needs some rest. She has been running. And
she does. She's been driving Miss Daisy, and Miss Daisy don't let her know about it until a day or so ahead of time. So.
And
that's included on all the other stuff that Miss Mona does.
Yeah, because Mona, she does a lot of research, tech research and everything.
Yes, she does.
And she's always trying different patterns. and trying different techniques. And
Yes.
Mona is very dogged. She will keep doing it until she gets it right.
Yeah. And Mona will not be live tomorrow. Just so y'all know now.
Yep.
Which means there is a possibility that I could go live, but
There is a
it's
possibility.
a very, very slim chance, like this much. If I do, it's just going to be a pop up, and I don't know for how long.
I'll have grandkids tomorrow afternoon. I have to work. And then the family will be in until sometime Christmas Eve afternoon.
Ooh. Zaza says maybe next year with Lisa, Deb, and Mona's help, I'll post a video.
Oh yes. Zaza, you could always before I change my platform, you could always go live and stream on your channel.
Yep. Katie says my friend can no longer drive, so when her kids drive her places, she says that they are saying driving Miss Lazy.
Oh.
I'd rather be Miss Daisy.
Yeah. Isn't it
Okay,
Lazy?
Sharon, have a good night.
Who's leaving?
Sharon.
Bye, Sharon.
Zaza will help you any way we can.
And Mona's really good at it because Mona knows a lot of platforms.
Joydy says, yes, Deb, do it. I don't want to go through quilt channel withdrawals.
It's probably going to be a lot of people just uploading. They have something ready to upload and not lives.
Denise, everything has to be repeated zillions of times to me. I don't know how many times Mona has told me how to pick one that I have scheduled and go live on that. I screw it up every time.
But it looks, in your defense, it does look easy to do because
Yes,
I watched.
it is.
I told you I watched tons of videos.
It just don't get sunk into this brain right away.
Yeah. I watched tons of videos to get ready to change. I'm a little fearful.
Zaza says she'll need help to edit out the swearing.
Oh, leave the swearing, honey. Just leave the swearing.
Oh, Mona is still working Monday and Thursday nights.
Oh. I'll take off from that too.
Rita says when she finds the Brave instrument, she'll post a video.
Y'all should, because I really like to see everybody's, and I'm not on Facebook, so. I miss out on seeing a lot of people's things, their makes.
Oh, Brenda is making breakfast and last minute shopping gifts for kids. She plans to wrap a dozen or so from the Dollar Tree. Joe was thinking about doing a live tomorrow morning.
Joe who? Oh, Joe.
Vintage by Joe.
She should. I have to work, but I don't mind, lurking as I ought to do.
Zaza says she finally finished her sewing room. It's only taken her nearly 3 years.
There's a lot I'd love to do with my sewing room, but I'm happy to have the space because it's a far cry from the corner that I used to sew in. And
Oh yeah, we have Discord too, ladies. Mona's Discord. You can post any pictures you want on there. There's one of the rooms is to post links. If you want to post a link for anything, there is a post for health and wellness where you can post recipes. She has all these different rooms made up so that you can post stuff.
And I'll need that for the new year because I gotta do something about this weight. Just don't tell me to exercise.
And when you post something, if you post it and do the @ sign and the word everyone, that lets everybody know that you have posted something. Now me, I have my Discord on all the time that my computer's on. And I finally downloaded it to my phone. Mona and Lisa could probably tell because I talked to them a little bit last night on it. That was from my phone.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I finally downloaded it to my phone.
See? So now you can talk to us all the time.
So now I can talk to you all the time. Before, it was about 6:30, I would sign off on my computer, and then I couldn't talk to him anymore. And then Mona and I, we can text to each other. So, but Lisa and I, we couldn't talk anymore. But now we can text too. So,
well, you can. And if you join Discord, you can actually connect with other people on Discord and have one-to-one conversation.
That's right.
Because you can just friend them on the side and just have one-on-one conversations.
Laura Lynn is on Discord, so you could join. You could friend Laura Lynn, and then she can give you the link to her Discord group. I think she has a group. Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore, she's on Discord and she has a link for her group too. So there's a lot. And Sean, the guy who sews, he has a Discord. So there are lots of people in Discord now that you can friend and then talk to them, and they'll give you the link to their Discord so that you can get in their groups too.
But now, not all Discord channels, not all channels who have a Discord channel.
No, not all of them do.
Are open to everybody. Some
right.
People
that's why you got to talk to the person
that has memberships. But as long as you are good in Mona's Discord, you know, as long as there's no conflict, no anything else.
Yeah, Rita and I, we were in one of the soul rooms together one day, and we were in there for what, half hour, 45 minutes together. I saw all of her animals, and she showed me the big chest of drawers that she had for all of her scraps.
And Melanie,
she had lots of scraps, let me tell you. But that was really nice. And I didn't see her face or nothing, but I saw everything else around her room. She showed me everything. Oh, Jamie hasn't watched in a while. I watch her videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't watch them live or nothing. It's always on replay.
Who's what?
Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore. I watch her when nobody else is on.
Does she have lives?
No.
Hers is always video drops.
Andrea says that Jean from Captain Stitches has a Discord.
But you have to be a member of hers.
Yep.
You actually have to be a member to be on
Yeah,
her.
you have to be a member of her channel.
And
Ryan, she says that Ryan Hall has a Discord too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have Discord channels. But like I said, not all Discord channels are available to the public or
Right.
to their subscriber base. A lot of
Right.
them you have to have that additional membership in order to access it. Have access to
But
it. Now,
you can
Sean
become your friend and you can just ask. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Now, Sean, the guy,
they tell you that it's for their members, that's fine and well. But they might say that it's open to anybody, and then you can get a link.
Sean, the guy who sews, he has a really good Discord. And there are 2 or 3 people that sew in their sewing rooms daily. They're in the sewing rooms, and they, if you're ever looking for somebody to sew with.
Yeah.
But they have a couple people that are in the sewing rooms daily. And Sean tries to be active, but hi, Laura. Sean tries to be. Laura, isn't it your husband?
Laura.
Isn't it your husband who's in the hospital? And if it's not, I'm sorry, but I was thinking it was your husband who was in the hospital.
I think he's home now.
Oh,
Laura broke her back. And she's waiting for approval from the insurance company before they can do anything for her. Oh yeah, some Discord channels also charge, and
yes.
Mona.
Okay, he was in ICU and was supposed to get out. Yeah, I hadn't heard if he was out of ICU yet. Yeah, Sean has a very good channel, and he has members that have YouTube channels, and he has a quilt guild in there too, so you can participate if you're not a member of a quilt guild. He has a quilt guild in there that meets monthly. They do block of the month, and Janice from the Right Way and he are supposed to be collaborating on doing monthly block challenges, and his is totally free. Even the quilt guild portion of it is totally free. The only thing about his quilt guild that I can never make is that they do it on Sunday nights at 8, and that's just a little bit too much for me. So much. And then our Melanie is recovering from her surgery.
Yes.
And Melanie Taylor is normally in here, but she's doing some recovery. And she's very helpful if you want to learn about the cutie.
Yep. She
answered a lot of questions for me on Discord about the cutie. Yeah, Mona, it's late for me too at 8:00, but I think that's the only time that works for him. You would have to ask Janice, because Janice is very active in it. And they just had a quilt show. They just had a quilt show for the thing. And Tasha, who was in here, I believe she entered a quilt for their quilt show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you who got best in play. What is it? Best in what is it called?
Best in show.
Is it best in show? I don't know. Janice, are you still here? Janice won a couple of categories in their quilt show.
She says we meet once a month on a Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And Janice won a couple of categories. Her quilt, you can go in there and look.
Good morning, Candace.
Tell us who won, Lisa, for what? The best in show?
Melissa says I won second in the oopsie.
I do not want to do those shows anymore. My quilts are not that quality. So Sean's quilt show is a variety of people. They were in all stages. Some of them hadn't even been quilted. It is just so you can say you did it. I'm sure I won because others did not submit. Your quilt was wonderful. I've been on bed rest because my fracture was due to having osteosporosis. Oh, I'm so sorry, Laura. Yeah, the quilt show was very informal.
Yeah, that has to be really hard, Laura, because I had foot reconstructive surgery back in 2018, and that was horrible. I could not put any pressure on that foot.
Janice,
I had one of those cages around it. It was awful.
Janice, you need to tell them what categories you won. If she tells them. But yeah, you should go over there and I'm gonna kill.
Laura, I think about you every day. I've had 2 back surgeries, so I know what you're going through.
Zaza, if you ever go on Sean's channel, he is very non-critical. I mean, everybody is very supportive. They just encourage you to continue to quilt. I don't remember any conversations on there. Hi, Teresa Louise. I don't remember any conversations on his channel that was negative.
Good morning, Teresa Louise.
Now, I would never enter a quilt show either because I don't want people to point mine out. But I did enter a quilt in his quilt show. Doll quilt, hand pieced, and hand quilted. Yeah, Janice, it was really cute. And you deserved it.
Oh, Janice. I could never do the hand quilting because of my hands.
But they had some
my hands are a lot better, but I still couldn't do the hand quilting.
They had some really cute quilts, and a lot of them were just. There were a couple that were fat quarter shop quilt-alongs that were there. Like I said, Tasha did a cute curved one. And then there were just several that were part of quilt-alongs that was there.
Janice says a lap quilt machine pieced and hand quilted.
I only won one. I didn't do as well as Janice did. I bet Zaza.
Yeah, Laura, I've had 2 back surgeries and I would do it again because it's progressing up my back.
Yeah, I really would love to see some of Zaza's work because I really believe Zaza does beautiful, beautiful work. She's very knowledgeable in different styles of quilting, and I really think, she does that EPP, FPP stuff,
Yeah.
but she's very knowledgeable.
Yep.
Your dad had a big industrial brother?
I guess that's what I need is a big industrial one so that I can't break it.
Remember, remember I said that I get really bored with repetitious sewing?
Yeah.
That I don't, like the postcards and stuff, they just kind of bore me after a while. These
Yep.
little bags, I could just make. You don't have to think about it when you make it. I could just keep making them. I think I may make it for Zaza knows stuff because she watches a lot of YouTube. I will be traveling for Christmas and want to try EPP on my trip. Good luck. I cannot do EPP. I cannot do hand.
No.
And Jamie is asking Teresa Louise if she will be on later today.
Mona loves EPP, but she doesn't do it as much because of arthritis. Yeah, I'm so tired of my relationship with Arthur.
Yeah.
It's in these two knuckles here, and it's in my back. So, yeah, I know Arthur.
Yeah, I'm just not an EPP and FPP fan for now. I'm going to say fan for now. That's not to say it won't change if I put a little bit more effort into it because I just don't, but I really don't like hand sewing. Yeah, I think we all learn from YouTube. And I believe it was on Sean's live yesterday that he said that nothing on YouTube is really new. That people show a lot of the same blocks, how to sew a lot of the same blocks. But what is good is that there is going to be somebody that fits your learning style.
I was going to say, we all do it different, though.
Yeah, that will click. And so you have a good selection of people to choose from, because I know that Shirley, she is very, very precise in her sewing.
Yes.
She is just so very, very precise, and I would never be able to do that. I don't have the time. I just don't have the time to sit there and measure everything. My husband My husband is hanging up those quilt holders.
Yeah, my husband's going to do that too, above the closet back here.
Yeah, I can hear him. He's got the drill. He is hanging up my quilt hangers because one of my quilts fell. And so he's getting it to hang it back up. It's the perfect size.
Yeah.
I have two sets. I have one from
I got two sets too.
And I got one from the Sew Sampler.
Yep.
And so I think he's hanging up the one for the Sew Sampler box.
The one from the Sew Sampler box was a little bit bigger, wasn't it?
No, smaller.
It was smaller because this one is pretty small. I got them right here.
I think they're smaller, but it came with the anchors and everything. The Sew Sampler one came with the anchors. I don't have the patience to be.
These are pretty small. Because these are pretty small here. I was thinking my soul sampler ones were bigger. It don't matter. I ain't putting them up. He is, so.
Anyway, I think I am going to wrap it up because my husband, with his drill out, is pretty much giving me the signal that we need to get started. He has to go pull that Christmas tree out of the shed for me.
Oh,
And
yeah. Oh.
I got to put the Christmas tree up. I got to go get the Christmas stuff ready for the kids to come over and wrap them presents.
My husband told me last night he knows where the Christmas tree is. He knows where he put it, but he doesn't know where he put the ornaments for it. I said, it don't matter. Just grab the tree and we'll put just the tree up. It has the pre-lit lights on it, so.
That's all you need. I mean, Christmas will be over here shortly. Mine is a little 2-foot tree that comes pre-lit, and I have a handful of ornaments that I stick on it. And I actually have my penguins that I need to put on it that I made for Mona's Christmas in July ornament thing. Green lights are all you need, and the kids really don't care about that. They do care about one stocking that I have, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stocking that plays, and we've had it as long as my oldest grandson has been with us. And every year they ask about it. Is Rudolph still singing? Is Rudolph still singing? And Rudolph gets on our nerves.
Mona says, I don't have patience for anything lately. That's why I'm taking a break. I'm getting on my own nerves.
Yes, she is. But y'all, I will see you. If I do not see you before then, I wish you all a blessed and very Merry Christmas.
Very Merry Christmas.
And Deb may come live tomorrow. I'm sure I'll see you in the chats, but you all have fun with friends and family, and don't take everything so seriously. Just love each other. Just love each other. But we love you.
You'll be happier in the long run if you do that.
Yep. We love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Thank y'all for being with us. And we will talk to you later. Bye. Bye.